Hello. We are Honestly Mom. My name is Gwen. This is my brother Dante.
Hi.
And I'm Mom. I'm Wendy.
Yes. And we thought we'd start out with an introduction video telling you a little bit about ourselves and where our background is and what we expect to achieve through our videos. For me, since I've been the longest going non-Christian, I thought we'd start out with my background. I dropped out of my mother's church when I was about 16 years old, and when I left for college, I considered myself pretty much agnostic. And then I wound up making friends with a few Wiccans, and I became Wiccan for a little while. And now I've just recently gotten out of a 11-year relationship with a Catholic. I've taken a look at all the different belief systems and religions, and I pretty much realized that I don't believe in any of them.
I'm Dante. I grew up in a Christian household, and I've also got cerebral palsy. So I've been kind of people have been prejudiced against me for most of my life. And I've always questioned my beliefs in God. I've always questioned the existence of God. Where did he come from? Why do I believe this stuff? What is eternity? All this stuff. This is from like when I was a really little child. And I've gone through quite a bit in my life. I became a Christian for a while because I thought that was the thing to do. And honestly, when I was a Christian, I was offended by a lot of what Christians were saying at the time. Some of the things I just did not believe. Even growing up, there were things that I heard that I just did not believe, I could not accept. And not too long ago, I admitted to myself I'm no longer Christian. And that's my story.
I raised my children in the church here and read them Bible stories and taught them. Well, I raised my children in a church, and it was a very strong, believing church where we kept the Jewish holy days, even though we weren't Jewish, and we did not celebrate the holidays. So it was a very strong, believing church. In later years, we went through rough times, and my husband had died. My marriage did not last, but then we almost got together. But my husband died, which has not been easy.
That was especially not easy for me.
Yeah. So I raised the children alone most of the years. When one way to college, that's when she got into Wicca, and it wasn't easy seeing her leave the church when she was a teenager. But I don't think I really gave her a bad time for it. I knew it was a decision that it was her decision. But I had to learn to let go and let my kids think on their own. And then when Dante came of age, he moved away with Gwen, which was hard. And I had a hard time accepting her Wiccan beliefs because I had rather she was Christian because it's something I really did believe in. But yet I accepted it. But there was over the years, I think there was a little bit of a division between her and I, and it's been a long road for us. And but and my two sons, we've stuck together all these years, and Gwen had married, but the boys hadn't. So we're still together. But Dante and I, we were close. We discussed a lot of things, and he helped me to understand a few things that I had never understood before. But before I moved into the area, I had quit going to church myself because I was uncomfortable with the congregation. And then living here, I didn't go to church at all. I did go to church sometimes while I was still there, but I haven't gone to church for a long time. And then my one sister, she's very strong in the same religion, and she was concerned about me not going to church, and she would tell me my salvation was at stake, so I had to question it a little bit. But deep inside, I knew that it was the right thing for me not to go to church for now, even though I hadn't meant to quit attending. So, but it got to the point where I did realize it wasn't really the right thing for me to do.
I remember several discussions we had about how you don't have to go to church to be a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then recently I realized agnosticism, and I had listened to some of the tapes. Like, can I mention Shives?
Sure.
And like Steve Shives and Aaron Ra, and the things they said just blew me away. And it's only recently that I came to a realization that God does not, the Christian God is, we've always known him, doesn't really exist. And a lot of the Christian beliefs that we have had, I don't believe it anymore. It was shocking to find out that I believe I have been deceived for a long time, and I believed in the blessings that we have had, you know. So I guess that's pretty much all I have to say for now. What?
A lot more than expected, but that's okay.
That's pretty cool. For me, it's been life-changing to finally claim agnosticism, because sure, I'm a little bit atheist at times, but as a whole, I'm more agnostic than atheist, because I don't really actively go. There is no room for like Christianity in that. I mean, I believe there is some truth to what Christians say, but I don't think it's absolute truth or anything like that. And honestly, on this side of agnosticism, it's greater than I expected it to be. I mean, it just, I have more happiness now than when I was around the time I was baptized. It's just odd when you think about it from the perspective, when I think about it from the perspective of the old me.
I've experienced that too. I feel a freedom. I feel like my mind is finally clear for the first time in my life.
The funny thing is, for me, as far as my journey into atheism, is because I was free, it's the reason I became atheist, not because I was searching for a freedom. Because when I got out of my marriage, I found that I was free from religious oppression, which I had been oppressed while I was married. I was a very, very strong Wiccan when I went into that marriage. You know, believing in the Lord and the Lady and all the minor deities. But over the years, I stopped participating in the rituals. I stopped, you know, praying to the Lord and the Lady and such. And part of that was because he was such a strong Catholic and his parents were strong Catholics. And I was fighting the whole time to try to keep some religious freedom for myself and my girls. And by the time when I no longer was in that situation, I did have religious freedom, I found my beliefs had changed. And so as a result of being free is why I realized my atheism. It wasn't searching for freedom or getting rid of old beliefs. It was finding where I was.
Yeah, I admire Gwen.
You know, with as much as I disagreed with the church I grew up with, that is the one thing I agreed with that they believed, is that a child had to be old enough to truly choose that religion and understand what they were choosing before they could become baptized. And they didn't allow child baptism or teen baptism. That's the one thing I agree with. But personally, I'm not going to be baptized myself anytime soon. But I really wish that I could avoid my girls being baptized.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think I'll bring this to a close. We are Honestly Mom, and I hope you got something out of this. We really appreciate your feedback, whatever you believe. I mean, we believe things that you probably don't, and that's okay. And we like the discussion. And that's about it from me. You guys have anything to say?
Only that, you know, you should visit our Facebook page of Honestly Mom. And I have a blog out there, scorpiofire.simplesite.com.
You should see those in the credits.
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous about doing this because I have a lot of friends on Facebook that maybe will not understand this, but I will try my hardest to please them as well. But maybe we will be doing other things as well that will be a little different. That could capture the interest of even them. So I guess that's about it for me.
Yeah. Well, we are Honestly Mom, and we'll catch you later.